Welcome to Odd
I feel like I remember the phone call and I remember answering it and it was late and I was like, this can't be good.
The thing that kind of set off that alarm in my brain is that it looked like it was standing on its hind legs. Like it looked like it was standing up. I didn't hit anything though,
Right.
and there was no mark. I checked my front bumper the next morning, so I think as soon as I got out of the car, I waited in the car for a little while.
Yeah.
I
I
was
think
just
that's when
so
you called me afterwards. I remember my heart like sinking as soon as like it was just the way your voice sounded before you even said much.
like it was looking at me. It wasn't
Right.
looking at the car. It wasn't
Right.
looking at the headlights. It wasn't like. But then as
You think
as
back and
I
you're like,
think
that
back, and I was
wasn't.
like, it wasn't standing correctly. It was.
So this is my friend Jake. You are Jake, right?
I am.
Okay.
Yes.
You promise.
on the midnight promise book.
I'm gonna everything you say. You promise
I
though?
promise.
Do you promise?
Yeah, after every single thing I said.
Okay, reading about the Stover demon reminded me of a story of a similar instance that happened with you. I was trying to figure out why, because I remember I was laying in bed. I think I was asleep. I don't remember, or maybe I was like drifting off when you called.
It was late at night because I called you.
Yeah.
It basically as soon as I got service, because that road. Not only did that happen on one of the worst roads possible as far as driving on, there's no service on that road.
That I didn't even think about.
I had to drive for about 5 minutes or so until I got service. Panicked. I mean, I was worried not only about what I saw on the street, but I mean, I started driving fast,
I've
trying
been
not to wreck.
scared.
Luckily, it wasn't raining, but it was dark.
Okay.
There was,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, it was about 6 years ago.
That's what it was making me think that like was I falling asleep because I had work the next morning or because I was in school? Like I could not tell you what
It was,
where I was at in life.
it was after high school.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
I feel like I remember the phone call and I remember answering it and it was late and I was like, this can't be good. Or maybe it's either gonna be something like you were prank calling me or just something not good. And it wasn't anything like terrible, like, okay, nobody's dead. Nobody's
yeah.
you almost died though. That thing
Oh,
killed you.
I mean, if that thing hadn't gotten me, I think I would have wrecked. So yeah, I mean, it was all bad.
Okay, okay. So what were you doing? What were you doing leading up? Why were you in the car this late? And what time? Around what time would you say?
That's what I'm trying to think of what time of the year it was. So I still have my Civic, and I know it was my Civic because of how low to the ground it was.
Okay.
Because if it was fall or winter, it could have been around like 8. It was probably around 8 or 9 o'clock, regardless of what time of year it was.
Okay.
Because wasn't too terribly dark, but it was dark enough that because that street doesn't have any lights.
Right.
It was dark enough that my headlights were the only lights that I could see. I would say it was probably around 9 o'clock at night. I was worried you weren't gonna. It could have been 10. I was worried you weren't gonna answer.
I don't know. I mean, I might be making it up, but I feel like it was like I knew that it wasn't like anywhere past like 10, 11, but I do remember it was just so dark in my room. And I don't
Could
know.
have been.
Maybe
So
it was
I was leaving my parents' house to go to my girlfriend's house.
because you lived there at the time.
I at the time
Or- Okay.
I lived at my parents, but I'd stay the night there and
Okay.
so on and so forth. So I was helping my dad with something, and I left, and I can always go the long way, but the shorter route is this one. It's like this back road, right? It's like 1.5 lanes. Not really enough room for 2 cars, but it's the quickest route. So I was just trying to get there as soon as possible. We're trying to watch a movie that night, and
Okay, I thought you were. I don't know why I thought you were leaving from there, but you were going.
I was
You were
go-
heading towards
I was,
her
I was
house.
heading
Okay.
towards her house, yeah, because
Okay.
as soon as I pulled in, I was like just shaking. I don't think I got out of the car.
Okay. Okay. So I guess let's go through the instance. So you were driving, and then what happens where things start to go from normal to like something's happening?
So I get in the car, I drive onto that little back road, and the road makes an S shape with the turn. So you turn left,
Okay.
and then you get a little brief straight until it turns right again. And as soon as I turned left out of that last turn, the last house on that road's behind me, and it's just woods and like next to a creek. And as soon as I pass that house and I start hitting into the trees, uh, that's about when I wonder if I was looking at the radio. I looked up because I saw something.
You're probably on your phone and also eating and also like writing a book and also like.
I think I was doing all those things. I think I was doing all those things.
I just hate that you had to be driving. That's probably the most annoying part.
Yeah, I would
Just
have.
let me do those things.
I should have walked.
Should have
I should have
walked.
walked while doing all those things. But yeah, so I was driving, and in my mind, and I know a memory is just a memory of a memory. So I'm trying to remember exactly how it happened. I want to say I looked up from like turning up the music, or maybe I just changed the song, and I looked up and I saw something in front of my car. I thought it was like a coyote. I saw something right in front of my car. Um, and after I had, you know,
Nice. That might be him, actually. I think he's here.
is that him? Surprise guest.
We got him, ladies and gentlemen. The Dover Demon is here.
Jump out the window. Um, yeah. So at first I thought it was like a coyote or something, and I did swerve to avoid it. And then I got like it was one of those things where you see something, you react, and then as soon as you react, you're like, oh, what did I actually just see?
Okay, so it was just like something. It just took you a minute to process.
It took
like,
me
Okay.
it took me a minute to process what I had seen, because I there was nothing special that day. Was nothing special. I couldn't tell you what I was doing that day in general. I don't know what day.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact date it happened either. It was not a special day other than that moment.
Okay. Okay. So would you like? You said it was like a. You thought it was like a coyote or something, because that was going to be my next question. Is if like. What were your thoughts when you saw it? Like what kind of animal did you think it was, or did you just instantly were like that is not an animal, that is not something I've seen before?
When I first saw it, I mean, whether it was a tree branch or an animal or a person, in the road, my immediate instinct was to avoid it.
Okay, so it was in the middle of the road.
It was in
like
it was in the middle of the road, and
Okay.
there wasn't a whole lot of room to go. I didn't ditch my car. I didn't go off road. I did jerk to the right a little
Right.
bit to try and get as far to the right as possible. But then I don't know. It just after the second after it happened, I realized that what I saw didn't make any sense.
Okay. Okay. So what do you think you saw? What did it look like when you saw it? If you could, what can you remember that you've seen?
Black fur
Okay.
or skin. I don't know that it had fur, but
Right.
I keep thinking coyote because of the ears, like
Oh,
some
okay.
sort of fox or a dog, something with those distinct pointy ears. Um, Black, and it was. I keep wanting to say it was like a fox, but it was bigger than a fox. And I haven't seen a coyote in person in a long time, so I don't remember how big coyotes truly are. It was big enough that its head was almost even with me when I was sitting down in my Civic.
Okay.
And that Civic's
Okay.
pretty low, so I was probably,
It was so it seemed like it was definitely not like human height, or at least not
no,
like.
not it would have been like a toddler size or like a kid,
And there are no
like
houses, or at
3
least
feet
that.
tall maybe.
Right. Okay. There's no houses. There's no, at least in that section where it was just like mostly woods, or most like there's no reason that somebody would be out this late or anything.
No, if that were to be a child, right, with just the size and the build, if that were to be a child, for starters, there'd be no reason for a child to be out
Right.
at that time
Right.
anyway.
I've seen this road before. You've taken me like, I think like a week or whatever later, or I don't remember
I
exactly
took you
how
as
long.
soon as you and I could meet up. I took
Right.
you on that road to show
Yeah,
you
yeah.
exactly where it happened.
And
I
it's
could
a
still
creepy
show
road.
you.
It is a creepy road, but it is not like there's definitely no reason for anybody to be out, let alone being like 8, 9, 10, whatever time it was.
No, there's houses near where it happened.
Right.
So if you were to go and take a picture of that road, that section of the road where it happened, you might see a house in the background, but it's not close enough to the road that it
Right.
was. I was worried it was somebody's dog, or I didn't think humanoid to begin with.
Right. Okay.
But the thing that did worry me, the thing that kind of set off that alarm in my brain, is that it looked like it was standing on its hind legs. Like it looked like it was standing up, humanoid.
So it was supposed to be. It looked like it was something that's supposed to be on all fours.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Because now I don't remember too much more than I remember the panic in your voice.
Oh, that may have been one of the most scared. So because it's not like I signed up for it. It's not like I
Right.
went to a haunted house and I was prepared to be scared. It was I'm having the most boring, ordinary day. I'm ready to go home and fall asleep watching a movie. And then there's an animal on the road and I swerve to try and avoid it. And I don't know how I didn't hit it.
So did it like? It just kind of stayed still once, like you were like when you had to move, it was just staying still, or did it like try to keep going, or?
I think it had to have evaded. I didn't hit anything though.
Right.
And there was no mark. I checked my front bumper the next morning. So I think as soon as I got out of the car, I waited in the car for a little while.
Yeah,
I
I
was
think
just
that's when you called me afterwards.
I don't think I called you until actually I parked the car because
Okay.
I was just
Right,
so
yeah.
on edge.
Yeah. Just no processing. I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah, and then I spent about 5 minutes on the phone with you or so, and then as soon as I got out of the car, I ran in. So then the next morning, I checked the bumper, and there was no mark, there was no dent, there was no scratch or anything on that front bumper or on the hood. But I mean, I could have sworn that it was standing up on its hind legs, and for like the briefest moment when I went to go turn and evade it, I swear it had like its hands or its front paws on the hood.
Really?
That's how close it was. And then as soon as I passed it, it was just gone. I mean, I didn't turn around to
You were
find
probably
it.
dealing with it. Oh, I gotta stop this car, move this car, or whatever.
Yeah, I
dodge this thing.
Yeah, I tried my best to evade it, and I'm guessing it looked closer than it really was, because I didn't hit anything. But I
Right.
mean that was just, it was so many things happened at once.
God. Okay. Like, what I want to know now is why you chose to call me out of any. Like, I know you were heading to your girlfriend's house at the time, or like, why would you not call her? Because you're heading that way anyways, and why you chose to call me.
Oh, I knew you'd believe me.
Yeah,
It's
because I'm gullible.
It's one of those things where I can't call many people and tell them about it because they're either, oh, that's cool,
Yeah.
and that's the whole conversation is, oh, cool, interesting, or no, that's probably, they're trying to rationalize it, and I'm not looking for rationalization. I've already done all that. I'm trying to figure out, anything else, if anyone else has any sort of
Right.
experience with that kind of thing, and you and I have similar interest in that. So I knew, for starters, you'd want to hear it, and two, that you believe me about it.
Oh yeah. And I know. I think that was that before or after like the big, like, I don't know if I have to cut out his name yet, but like Nick's house. Was that before our big incident with that?
No, that was after
Okay.
his parents sold the house.
Okay, that's what I was thinking, because I was like, if we've done that, if we've been able to go through that creepy house and like the things we witnessed, then I feel like I would believe just about
You got to
anything.
get him on here for that.
That is, yeah.
I'll be here too. The three of us,
Yeah.
or just you and him.
That is one thing I want to make
really
it.
good story.
Yeah, I want to make that its own big video, and I want to do a lot for that because I want to have everybody's point of views, because that alone was its own insane encounter or night.
You could interview at least 3 or 4 different people.
Yeah. We've definitely been through like similar things, or I've seen a thing here or there, but I've also able to believe and not just think like you're trying to throw one over on me, or you're not just trying to
I'm
like
not trying to
have a good night.
I'm not just trying to entertain you.
Right.
That was I have to call somebody. Who do I call that cares enough to actually listen to it, and also won't just write it off as, well, it was just a coyote, don't worry
Right.
about it. No, it wasn't. Coyotes don't look like that. I've never almost hit an animal and it stands up on its hind legs. I remember the shape of it. Like I said, it was my headlights were right on it, and it was as black as could be. It had bright yellow eyes, probably from the reflection of the headlights, but it was still, bright yellow eyes with like an orangish hue to it as well.
Okay.
I can't put into words to describe what it looked like other than just the most layman terms.
Gotcha. Okay. Now, is there How many people have you told other than me since between then to now? Or
Probably. So I told my girlfriend,
right.
who's my wife.
Nice. Spoilers.
I know I told her dad,
Okay.
and I don't know that I've told many people.
Okay.
Just because, like I said, between who cares.
Well, those are also people like are really close to you too. So I feel like over just some random person, I feel like they would be more inclined to believe you.
Yeah, I mean, she was when I got to her house, she knew I was a little shaken up.
Right.
And then I think her dad heard, and he was like, "What are you guys talking about?"
What were their reactions? Did they seem like they believed you, or did they seem they're like, okay, sure you did?
Yeah, didn't probably believe me at all. Father-in-law, he was interested. I just don't think I think he was interested for my sake.
Right.
He was interested for his sake. I don't think he was trying to pick it apart for my sake. I think it was just I think he could also tell I was shaken up, and I don't think he was trying to pry too much or try and rationalize it for me. And obviously, my girlfriend at the time, she had said, that she believes me, and that it seemed like it was very likely that that was what I saw.
Have you had any other like instances with this creature, or have you seen this creature, anything like it since then?
I can't take that road anymore. I've taken that road maybe twice since then, and it's always during the day. I won't take that road at night after that. That was, and it's not like there was a chase. It's not like it chased me down. It's not like it was a close encounter. It was just such a freak of, like, I don't want to say freak accident, but that's like the closest.
Right.
It's just a real life jump scare like that doesn't just get shrugged off.
That makes, like, I feel like I think about it, I don't want to say often, but like those are one of those things that like I feel like I'm gonna take with me to my grave, and it wasn't even my encounter that I was just like, man.
Yeah.
And although I have my side of the story with the phone call, but still, I remember my heart like sinking as soon as like it was just the way your voice sounded before you even said much, and then afterwards I was both like scared, but I was also like, it blew my mind. I was like, whoa! Like I'm always hearing these stories about like people seeing things or whatever that always intrigued me, but to have like something that close and it wasn't just out of fun, it was, I don't know, it was great. It was so insane, and I would definitely be like taking that with me and thinking about it often.
Yeah, I mean, having hear these stories, there's always a little bit of like, did that really happen? How true? Like there's always some truth to these stories, but like, how true is it? How much exaggeration is it? And having something like that happen to me kind of alleviates any of that disbelief of did it actually happen, or how much truth is it. And at this point, after that happened, if I hear something similar to that, I kind of just fully believe it,
Right.
Unless something so extraordinary happens that it's just so unbelievable. But nothing happened. It jumped out in front of me. I mean, when I called you, I think I told you it was looking at me. It wasn't looking at the car. It wasn't looking at the headlights. It wasn't like a deer in the headlights where it just stood there freaked out. I don't know that I saw it like run from the right side of the road into the road.
It was just there.
But I want to say it dodged. If it were to have moved because of the direction I was at, it would have had to go left. So if it was crossing the road, I don't know where it came from, but I want to say when I came up onto it, I didn't see anything in the road, and then boom, stands up, looks right at me. I move out of the way, and then it instantly hits me as soon as I move out of the way. Because if my brain had connected the dots on what I was looking at, maybe I wouldn't have moved out of the way. I have no proof. I didn't have a dash cam at the time. I wish I had a dash cam.
Could you imagine having like, here's the footage, and then
that'd be insane.
Yeah. I feel like it was before the dash cams were everywhere. I still feel like it was like, if you told me this happened like maybe a few months ago, I feel like that's how recent it's still stuck with me.
That's the thing is, I have a terrible memory. That's one of those things where when you remind me, maybe you texted me and you said, hey, I want to talk about what you saw that night. I immediately knew what you were talking about, and I was immediately flooded back with like the visual memories of it. And the memory of it doesn't scare me. I'm not terrified to talk about it. It wasn't traumatic for me. It was a real jump scare. It was not a movie. It's just something that happened. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's hard to put into words other than just repeating myself over and over again.
To come back late at night, you see this creature, like, and you have like a second to to react.
Yeah.
And this creature doesn't look too human, or too animal, I should say. And you're not sure, maybe it was an animal that exists, but also if you told me that it didn't exist, you full-heartedly believe that it was something, whether it was an actual animal or something out of this world or just something we haven't discovered yet, or who knows. But you definitely saw something.
Oh yeah.
And
No,
then,
it wasn't like a ghost or a spirit or trick of the eyes. It wasn't something.
like there was something there.
It was tangible.
Yeah.
It was something that if I like I said, if it didn't move or if I didn't move, it was going to get hit.
Right.
And
could you imagine bring that in, all right, give me my reward for finding this.
yeah.
Bring in the news.
And like that's the thing. If somebody showed me, like I gave the exact description of what I saw, and someone else showed me like this animal that is known to stand up, gets freaked out. Maybe I'd probably be like, okay, well at least I know what it was. I'd rather have some sort of closure.
Yeah,
but I have no clue what I saw.
And the fact that it's been I don't want to say 10 years, but it's been quite some time since then, and no one else has said anything. I feel like that makes it more personal, where it's oh, I'm kind of alone in this situation, or at least that we know of. No one else has said anything, and no one's, you can't find it on the internet. You just kind of feel like it's my encounter. That kind of scares me, that it's I can't really share this with anyone. So I guess that's why I like that I have a tiny piece of the story to where I'm oh yeah, I believe that happened.
Yeah. I do wish that there was someone else that had,
or somebody in the car with you or something.
Someone in the car, someone else that's experienced a similar thing. I mean, that was like a mile away from my house. It's probably close to 2 miles away from my house. I mean, that wasn't very far from where I lived. So I mean, it really did shake me up a little bit when it happened. Obviously now I've not seen anything about it since. Whenever I'm in that area late at night, I do remember about it.
And
I still feel like there's something in that area that is a paranormal or a cryptid sense of.
Because it's not a busy area. It's not like it's a little patch of woods with a city around it. You're a little bit off.
Oh yeah.
From the road, from the main attraction, I guess, of the city, of the town.
Yeah, No, we're more towards the country. There's not. I still have streetlights on some parts.
Right.
But it's not like the whole area is. Today, bored kids don't go out and try and scare cars on the road.
Oh man.
They're inside playing games. So
they don't know what they're missing.
40 years, yeah, right. If this was 30, 40 years ago, even 20 years ago, I could see it being oh, it's probably just some kid who's trying to, prank me.
Right. Whatever. But that's dangerous. That'd be a dangerous prank.
It's a dangerous prank, and just like I said, the build of it, it wasn't big enough to be.
The fact that it stands up on its hind legs is what really if you just said, oh, there's this four-legged, maybe furry creature that looked at me and I had to dodge it, I'd be okay, that was probably an animal.
Yeah.
That is what scares me. I think that's what
I think that's why, because that's what I said. It was one of those things where I saw it, and I just saw dog, and I dodge, and but then as
you think back and
I think back and I was it wasn't standing correctly. It was standing on its back legs, and it's like I said, the more details I try and think about it, there's more of did this really happen, or is this just my recollection of it happening?
I get that.
The facts that I know for sure are, pitch black fur or skin, yellow eyes, pointed ears. I want to say it was fur. I couldn't say for certain though, but it was. I would have to say it was. If I had to pick between, I would say a medium to long fur, but in the matted sense, right? Where I can't get too many details out without my imagination
running wild. Yeah, I get it.
But yeah, so the facts are black fur, hind legs, yellow eyes, pointy ears, and it just right before I would have hit it, it had to have
And it's the size
jumped.
of a child of a.
I mean, it had to have been 3.5 feet, maybe 4 foot tall. I mean, it wasn't very tall, and I just don't see it with the build that it had. I don't see it being a kid in a costume or someone trying to it didn't move like a person, because it was when I right as I had looked up to see it, it was on 4 legs, and then it stood up, and that's when I moved as it was standing up. It was just, it all happened so fast.
Okay, you saw this possibly cryptid, possibly who knows what, otherworldly being, who knows what it was.
I'm not claiming
Right.
claiming anything. I'm just telling what happened.
Right, okay. So, but you did see this.
For sure.
Right, okay. And you would promise
Oh, yeah.
on a book
I prom. Do you
that I might have.
do you need me to? I will.
I
I'll
might need
promise
to.
on it for sure.
Yeah, just a few drops of blood. Again, I might need your credit card.
My credit
But do you promise on the Midnight Promise book that you have seen this thing?
Yes, I promise on the Midnight Promise book.
Okay. Which means a lot because it's something I just made up, but also like you have to abide by it. So I guess we'll end it here. That was amazing. Thank you for coming on.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for getting me paid.
Ladies and gentlemen of the audience, I thank you. I hope your evening has been delightfully.
Does it not strike you as being rather odd?
Odd is made